Ever pondered the unsettling possibility that Earth might be a cosmic farm, where humans are the cattle for extraterrestrial beings? A thought that might send chills down your spine. But let's indulge in this peculiar hypothesis for a moment. Welcome to the alien harvest hypothesis, a concept so bizarre yet intriguing it could make the plot of a science fiction movie. Imagine this: our blue planet not as a haven of life in the universe, but a sprawling farm operated by beings from distant galaxies. Sounds like something straight out of a H.G. Wells novel, doesn't it? But let's humor the idea a bit further. What if our everyday lives, our joys, sorrows, triumphs and tribulations are all part of an elaborate facsimile designed to keep us oblivious? Just like cattle in a farm, blissfully unaware of their fate, we might be living our lives in a bubble, with no knowledge of the extraterrestrial puppeteers pulling the strings. Now, where does the concept of missing people fit into this theory? Well, every year countless children and adults go missing worldwide. Shocking, isn't it? Some are found, others are not. Could some of these unsolved disappearances be the result of extraterrestrial intervention? Could these missing individuals be the harvest of our alien farmers? A chilling thought indeed. And what about the conspiracy theories? You might have heard of the Reptilian Conspiracy, the idea that shape-shifting reptilian aliens control Earth by taking on human form and gaining political power. Could this be a sinister reality, or just a figment of our collective imagination? As we delve deeper into this theory, remember to keep an open mind. The universe is vast and the possibilities are endless. And as we wade through the murky waters of the unknown, we might just stumble upon some startling revelations. So if you've ever felt like a cog in a machine, maybe it's because you're part of a much larger intergalactic one. Scene script. Every year, an alarmingly large number of people disappear without a trace. Ever wondered where they might be going? Let's dive into this mystery head first. Picture the number of people that vanish each year. It's not a few hundred, not even several thousand. It's in the hundreds of thousands. Globally, the number of individuals reported missing each year is a mind-boggling 700,000. That's equivalent to the entire population of a city like Frankfurt, just vanishing into thin air. And it's not just adults. A staggering number of children are also missing. In fact, every 40 seconds, a child goes missing somewhere in the world. That's close to 1 million children each year. I mean, where are they all going? It's not like they're all running off to join the circus, right? But here's where it gets really interesting. You see, these numbers don't stay consistent. They fluctuate. Some years, the number of missing people spikes. Other years, it drops. And we've yet to figure out why. It's not like there are global hide-and-seek championships causing these fluctuations, or are there? Now, I'm not saying that ET is definitely behind this, but it's interesting to note these statistical anomalies. Like the year 2012, for instance. That year, the number of missing people worldwide shot up by 20%. Coincidentally, that was also the year when the Mayans predicted the world would end. Spooky, right? So where are all these missing people going? Are they starting a new life in a far-off land? Are they living under a new identity? Or have they been beamed up by our extraterrestrial neighbors for reasons we can only guess? Remember, the universe is a vast place and we're just tiny specks on a tiny planet. Who knows what's really out there? So next time your friend doesn't respond to your texts, maybe they've been whisked away by our alien overlords. Now let's delve into the infamous Reptilian Conspiracy. Remember, the truth is not only stranger than we imagine, but stranger than we can imagine. Picture this: a world where our leaders, those in the highest echelons of power, are not what they seem. They're not just politicians with questionable hairstyles and even more questionable policies. They're reptilian beings from another galaxy, possessing the chilling ability to shapeshift into human form. Yes, my friends, we are talking about the Reptilian Conspiracy theory. This theory, as strange as it may sound, is firmly rooted in the belief that Earth is not just our home, but a farm. A farm for alien life. And who are the farmers, you ask? Well, according to the proponents of this theory, they are shape-shifting reptilian aliens who are not just visiting, but actually running the show here on Earth. These reptilian beings are believed to have infiltrated every level of our society, but they have a particular fondness for politics. Why, you may ask? Well, what better way to control the farm than by controlling the policy? It's a rather clever strategy if you think about it. Our world leaders, according to this theory, are these reptilian beings in disguise. They've shape-shifted into human form, risen to positions of power, and are now controlling our society, influencing everything from global events to daily life. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? But it's not just politicians. Celebrities, royalty, influential figures, they've all been implicated in this conspiracy theory. If you've ever wondered why the world seems so topsy-turvy, why things often don't make sense, well, the reptilian conspiracy theory offers a rather unique explanation. It's certainly a theory that requires a leap of imagination, a willingness to entertain the idea that our world may be far stranger, far more complex than we ever thought possible. And while it may seem far-fetched, remember this: reality is often stranger than fiction. So if your local politician seems cold-blooded, maybe it's not a metaphor. Now that we've tilled the soil of these far-out theories, let's sow the seeds of understanding. In our quest for truth, we've unearthed some intriguing, albeit chilling, statistics. A staggering number of adults and children disappear without a trace each year worldwide. The question that plagues us is, where do they all go? Could it be that they've fallen prey to the alleged reptilian overlords? Bringing our attention back to the reptilian conspiracy theory, it suggests a race of shape-shifting extraterrestrials who masquerade as influential figures in our society. These beings supposedly have a penchant for human life force. It's not a far leap of the imagination to think that these missing individuals might have been harvested, not unlike the way we humans harvest wheat or cattle. In this grand scheme, Earth would essentially be a farm, and we would be the livestock. It's a rather unnerving perspective, isn't it? To think that we might be the main dish in some extraterrestrial banquet. It's like being the star of a cosmic reality show, only without the glitz, glamour, and fancy voting system. Now I know what you're thinking. This all sounds like the plot of a B-grade science fiction movie, right? But isn't that precisely how these beings, if they do exist, would want us to think? By keeping the truth hidden in plain sight, they could continue their operations undetected. To further complicate matters, there's the question of why these reptilian beings would need to farm us. One theory suggests that they feed off our emotions, particularly fear and anxiety. If that's the case, then they've certainly hit the jackpot with the state of our world today. In the end, we're left with more questions than answers. Are these alleged reptilian overlords real? Are they responsible for the missing people? Is Earth truly an alien farm? Or are these all just fanciful tales spun by overactive imaginations? Are we the main course in the great cosmic dinner? Food for thought? Before we start checking our loved ones for reptilian scales, remember to take these theories with a grain of salt. We've had a bit of fun here spinning tales of alien overlords and reptilian conspiracies, but it's crucial to remember these are just that, tales. Now don't get me wrong, it's fascinating and a bit of a thrill to venture down these rabbit holes of the unknown. There's something inherently human about seeking answers to the mysteries of our universe, and it's these questions that fuel our curiosity and innovation. But when we're dealing with matters as extraordinary as these, we must remember the wise words of Carl Sagan, that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And so far, the evidence, my friends, is not quite up to snuff. We're yet to find a single reptilian scale, let alone a full-blown alien overlord. It's important to approach these theories with a healthy dose of skepticism. To question, to dig deeper, to seek out the truth, rather than accepting everything at face value. Misinformation can be a dangerous thing. It can lead us down pathways of fear and paranoia, creating divisions and mistrust. So we need to be prudent. We need to question, to challenge, to seek out the facts. Critical thinking is our greatest tool in the face of such theories. It allows us not only to question the world around us, but to question ourselves, our beliefs, our assumptions. It's not about debunking for the sake of debunking, but about seeking truth and understanding. So while it's fun to imagine a world where we're all just cattle for our reptilian overlords, let's remember to keep one foot grounded in reality. Let's remember to question, to challenge, to seek out the truth. Remember, it's fun to theorize about our alien overlords, but it's even more fun to debunk it all with a hearty laugh and a healthy dose of skepticism.